Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we are playing Trojan. Alright, so let us go to one player and see what we got going. Let's try the first stage. That's hilarious. Let's try it. Alright. Oh, so he pretty much knocked all of our armor off, so we have no... Okay, so we do have a jump. I knew that was going to happen. Oh, okay. Okay, so we can't get on those. We are timed. Those jumping boots really get you jumping. It's kind of weird. We are running around with sword and shield in what appears like a post-apocalyptic setting. So instead of being fantasy, it's post-apocalyptic fantasy, which is a very interesting. I mean, the enemy design is meh. Like, I don't know why we're all these suits of armor. Oh, the controls, I mean, they function, and they're not terrible, but they're also not... They're not good. Your character is kind of slow. I'm trying to do the shield thing, but it doesn't seem to be... This is kind of a bullshit boss. His bullets wrap around. You don't jump very well. Like, I honestly don't even want to try again, but we're gonna go one more time. That boss design is really terrible. With as bad as the controls are, the jumping is not the best, and you have to do so much. We didn't even heal either. That's what kind of sucks. Like, music is decent. The background is not terrible. But combat really isn't very good. Like, you start getting into it, and then he does a bunch of... Jesus. That is a shitty boss. I'm not gonna lie. So much bullshit in that boss. I'm almost scared to see the next one. Okay, so we're back to the same shit where we're in a whole nother level and we got the same 2 enemies. They just gave the red guys crossbows now also. Like, it's very disappointing when a game just copy and paste the enemies like non-stop except for enemies. And, like, the attack and block... Okay, that doesn't work either. So you're supposed to jump over this guy. Alright. Fucking jumping is ridiculously annoying. Like, I'm trying to jump one way and he throws me back the other, and I go back the other way. Like, a concept and decentality of the game is not bad, but the shitty combat, like, really kind of takes you out of it. Like, they give you a shield that really doesn't function very well. Combat is really slow and obnoxious. Your movement, like, you're there, but it's unless you play it, you kind of don't quite grasp, like, the way everything is. And it relies heavily on jumping on a lot of attacks and stuff, but the jump is mediocre at best. Like, sometimes it definitely works how you expect and how you want it to, but the rest of the time you're jumping, you go to jump in one direction and you go the other way. And it doesn't make sense. It's slow. Like, there's just so much wrong with the game that, like, it had a decent concept. It was kind of a fun little thing, and I think they could have just done better with just controls and the way everything functions. And just the constant same 2 enemies for the most part is really obnoxiously dumb. Like, I'm so sick of games being so lazy. I mean, this is a Capcom game, and it just seems lazy. Just having the same knight with a blue morning star is just like, okay. And then level 2, knight with the morning star and the red guys. And just like everything else, they move better than you do. Like, heavily armored dudes move better, walk faster, and everything better than you do. The jump really is my biggest problem. It's like, they give you a shield that doesn't really work, that you can tell is a good, decent part of the game, but jumping, obviously, throughout both of the main bosses that we saw, is a huge, huge portion of the game, and it doesn't function well enough to be such a big, intricate part of it. Like, if they made jumping better, then it would definitely be a more playable and enjoyable game. But as bad as the functionality is for the jumps, like you saw in the other battle, like, I literally would go to jump forward when he's doing that, and I would jump backwards into the guy, and vice versa. Like, it always had me jumping into him rather than away from him, or just flat out over him. And stuff like that really makes the game way more difficult than it needs to be, and just kind of takes any of the fun out of it when you're fighting mechanics more than you're fighting the actual gameplay and the bosses and everything. And that's where I think the game falls flat. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you next time. Have a good day.